So today I would like to discuss not only a popular culture artefact, but the issue of easily accessible fast food companies that are vastly taking over home cooking and fresh food produce, focusing mainly on the ever so popular phenomenon McDonald's. I shall explore how these chains affect different pop culture groups and why this is so. To begin my talk, I'll start with a short anecdotal story to explain why this is such an important and concerning fad around the entire world. I grew up in Kew, an inner city suburb that is known for its many private schools and wide leafy streets. Kew would be placed in the socio-economic background of a working or middle class area, or even streaming into that upper class. I went to the local primary school, Kew Primary. When I was in grade 2, I met my best friend. Let's call her X. X, unlike myself, only had one parent, and unlike myself, her mother was not a stay-at-home mum. X's mum worked hard for her family, although in turn she used shortcuts in health in order to maintain this sought-after lifestyle. X's mum, let's call her Y, would come home from work late, and instead of driving to the supermarket to pick up some veggies and meat for dinner, she would take her kids out to the local McDonald's on High Street for a cheap and quick alternative. As the years passed and X got into high school, her weight was no longer something she could control. She was taught from an early age that places such as McDonald's and Hungry Jack's were designed to be quick and dirty. The quicker they are, the more cash they earn. And that's good for them, it's their business. But X suffers. In fact, X is still suffering from her mother's decision to go cheap and nasty instead of fresh and healthy. But then again, is it even Y's fault? I know Y very well. In fact, she is my godmother, and I would give nothing to change that. But the circumstances she was dealt and how she reacted to them not only affected her, but her daughter too. Now, this is not only happening in my leafy suburb of Kew to single mothers looking after for an easy way to feed their children. It is evident all over America and Australia that in lower socio-economic background areas, people are resorting to these cheap feeds. And since the opening of McDonald's in the 1940s, there have been a skyrocket of numbers of obese people around the world, with now over 300 million people worldwide being diagnosed clinically obese. The success as McDonald's is the business equivalent of the American dream, cheap and easy. While McDonald's was not the first franchise in the business, it has possibly become the premier example of the business model. This is mainly because of its association with children and advertising to the needs of both the parents and the kids. This is evident with the invention of the Happy Meal, again, and children's playgrounds throughout McDonald's stores around the world. With roots that trace back to a single drive-in started by a pair of brothers, Dick and Mac McDonald, in Southern California, McDonald's has grown to a network of well over 300,000 locations in more than 100 countries. In 2004, each day, 1 in 4 Americans visited a fast food chain. The convenience of these stores has led to a worldwide epidemic of child obesity, with Mexico being the leader of childhood diabetes in 2014.